Hey y'all, it's Kelly from Dixie Darlins Tumblers, and today I actually don't have a tumbler for y'all. I have something else that y'all were asking for. So a couple of weeks ago, I was in the vinyl cottage and April had this super cute shirt that had this red, white, and blue leopard print pattern all scattered on it like this one with the main design on it, and I was like, okay, you've got to show me how you did that because I love it and I'm going to make myself one. So I spent way too much time there that morning putting pattern sets together. She printed them off, and of course I had to come home and try some for myself. Love them. I put them in my Facebook group and you guys had a fit over them, and then you were asking me if I would show you how to do it. So I'm definitely not the person that came up with this. I've seen it all over TikTok, so I apologize if you're the original creator. Please tag me because this was such a great fun add to just a regular sublimation shirt. I loved it. So April definitely taught me how to do it. She gave me permission to come and show you guys how we did it, and so I'm just going to walk through the steps. It's just going to be a quick fun little tutorial. I will list everything that I use in the description box below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that fun crazy stuff so you don't miss my future tutorials, and ask any questions of anything that I'm not clear on. Join my Dixie Darlins Tumblers Facebook group. When you make these shirts, please share them because I'm obsessed with these and I can't wait to see what everybody does. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all again soon. Okay, y'all, no tumbler. We're starting with the t-shirt today. And we're going to be using this Poly T Plus that you can purchase online. I'll link it in the description box below. April had it at her shop. I had tried something before and I wasn't crazy about it. So she's like, here, take this home and try it. And this works really great. So I will recommend that and link it below. And this is a Bella Canvas TriBlend. It's a 50% polyester, 25% rayon, 25% cotton. And I personally prefer a TriBlend shirt as just far as the comfort goes. I've always gone with a Bella Canvas or a NextLevel TriBlend. So you're actually, you're just going to spray the shirt damp. And then once the shirt's damp, you're going to lay that on your heat press. You're going to cover it with parchment paper. Please do not cover it with regular paper. It will stick into the shirt and you'll be picking it off. And because we're doing an all over design on this shirt, you do have to spray the entire shirt with this Poly T. And you're gonna just like, your heat press may be bigger than mine. Mine's fair size, but I had to move it around in 4 segments. So I kind of did 4 quadrants. Even though I sprayed this shirt to start with, I'm just pressing it in 4 stages. So I kind of start with the top right, then go to the top left, then the bottom right, and then the bottom left. So that's kind of how I work through the process. And we're gonna do this at 320 for 30 seconds the first time. And April definitely has these shirts available at the Vinyl Cottage. I order mine on a website, a couple of different websites, and I will link that in the description box below for y'all because I have my favorite styles, and I'll kind of list those for y'all. And then she does print off my sublimations, and you basically can get any of the patterns that she has listed as subs. And then after I've done that last section, we are going to go back in with the Poly T Plus and we're going to spray it till it's wet again. So here I'm just spraying it down one more time, and then you are going to go back through the same process after the second coat of Poly T Plus. You're going to cover it with parchment paper again, and you're going to do 20 seconds at 320 this time. And I just tried to make sure where I figured the majority of the sublimation would go. Those are the main areas that I focused on, making sure the Poly T Plus got on it. So I knew it'd probably be like right around where the sleeve connects to the shirt. And then I did go all the way to the bottom just because I like how the sublimation pattern shows up on the bottom of the shirt. So I'm just working my way around through this. So we've gone through the first layer of spraying the whole shirt down. And obviously if you're just doing a sublimation in the center, you just have to spray it in that one area. So you spray it into one area, 320 at 20 seconds, spray that one area again, 320 for 20 seconds. And then you're going to heat it at 385 just to make sure there's no moisture in there after you've done this. And so now we're on to our last little step here. This last little piece, we're going to press it one more time. And then we're going to go into actually working with how I get the design on the shirt. And here I'm going to go ahead and bump up my heat press to 385. That's the next setting we're going to use for just, I'm going to press the shirt one more time before I do anything to it, just to make sure that it's dry and to remove any excess moisture. And then we're going to go in the sublimation. So now that it's done, we are going to take the shirt off and we're going to turn it inside out. So lesson learned, April, she learned this, that you've got to pull that center section out and rubber band it. Otherwise, when you do your scrunch, if the part of the sublimation gets in the center there where you're wanting to put your original design, it's not necessarily going to show up, just depending on your patterns. So I turned this shirt inside outwards, and I just kind of took the center where you would want that center design, and I pulled it up, and I'm going to rubber band that section. You see I'm rubber banding that section here. So that part will not get the initial scrunch sublimation on it. And so then you're just going to turn your shirt right side out. So you can see where it's got that little area now that's kind of hidden, so it'll protect it from the sublimation that we're going to put on it first. And then I just kind of lay my shirt out flat and just start scrunching it up. I try to make sure that it's all on the front. So if there's areas that want to lay down under the scrunch that seem to be on the back, or the back of the neck, or the collar is, I just try to make sure that it's all going to come right there on the front of the shirt so you can see it. And you see I've scrunched it up, and I'm just going to press it real quick just to make sure that it's completely dry in all those areas that are about to be sublimated. And I just hold it here for a few seconds, and then I kind of poof it back up a little bit, and anywhere that I think maybe there's too much of an area that is going to be sublimated with the design, I just kind of move it around a little bit, so it does end up being more sporadic. And I'm actually using an 8.5 by 11. I'm not using a 12 by 12. You can definitely do it on different sizes. I found that this one works just as well. So I just go in and just kind of press, but I'm pushing up under there still to make sure that all the areas are going to be on the front of the shirt. And then I'm just going to hold that down, swing my arm around, and sometimes your press, you may have to pick it up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and push down with heavy pressure, and I'm going to leave that there for the 75 seconds on 385. And then we're going to pull it up, and you can see how neat this is. This is one of the most satisfying things to me, to open this up and see the different designs, because there's really no control over it. I mean, you do a little bit, but you just really never know what you're going to get. So I'm totally obsessed with these shirts, y'all. I think they're so cute. So I'm so glad that I'd seen the one April did and then kept seeing them on TikTok. So now where that area was that it was scrunched in the rubber band, it tends to not want to lay flat, and I definitely don't want to put my big sublimation center design on there until I've got that flat. I mean, you can, it looks kind of cool. It happened to one of the first ones I did. So I basically just pressed that down, and it's still set on 385 with that same pressure. And then I just try to line my shirt up. I try to get the tag in the center here. I'm not a big measurer. I just keep my fingers crossed, really. You definitely can measure, but I try to make sure that the shirt is pretty square on my little square mat right there. I'll pull on the outside of the sleeves just to make sure that they kind of seem the same part. I'll pull down the bottom of the shirt where it all feels like it's level on the heat press. And then since these come in, sheets that are square, obviously, I just make sure that they're lined up. And then I'm going to take my parchment paper back. I'm going to I always go back and check and make sure on myself, y'all. So this is something that I do because I have sublimated something totally upside down before. So that'll be a lesson that you don't forget. So I always usually go back and double check myself when I'm doing a front design. And then I'm just gonna press that down. I did press it down for 75 seconds. And I just, for the recording of this, I didn't let it play the whole way through. And there you go. There we've got our let our good times roll. I think this shirt is so cute. It's just got the coordinating little leopard print. I have found that doing them, and I'm gonna link here a couple of them that I did for y'all, but if you can do it in a distressed way where you pick a distressed pattern that's not gonna show up as well, if you want it more subtle, or if you want a bright one, pick a bright pattern, because these bright patterns do stand out really well. and you can really go with any pattern. So I hope that y'all like this. I hope that it was helpful for some of y'all. I know that I love these shirts. Please join my Facebook group and share with me creations that you come up with. I love these, and I hope it was helpful. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun, crazy stuff. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see y'all again soon.